Martin, I thought in spells tonight Celtic competed very well in the match and came up against a team that was ruthless in front of goal. What's your summarising of it?
I actually would agree with you entirely. I thought that at one each, well and truly in the game, even at half-time, said to the players, we're still in this, but we've conceded some really poor goals, soft goals from our viewpoint, and that obviously swings the game.
Is the tie beyond you at 4-1, or can you still make a fist of it?
I think it's very, very difficult. Obviously, we were travelling away from home at the time. Our focus at this minute will have to be Sunday. Sunday is most important for us. This is something I've just said in a couple of interviews there that in time, Celtic will be able to compete deep into European competitions. It's just that it's not there at this minute. That's fine. And when I asked the question, why did I think this here? That the money in the game is major. You're talking about Premier League teams, your Bundesliga sides, particularly Premier League teams paying £80 million for players, don't even get into the team. So that's what you're competing against. It's a difficult one here at this minute, but that's for another day. That's another conversation. What I wanted to do is just say that disappointing night for us. We've conceded some poor goals, and it's a long way back, obviously. But we're at least it's okay.
Could you almost do without next Thursday's trip to Germany now?
They're not going to postpone it, so don't worry. But yeah, I know what you're saying. I understand, but no, our focus is on Sunday now. We just leave that to the side. Of course, we'll have a look back at some of the things that we did okay, some of the things that we didn't do too well. But yeah, absolutely.
Martin, there was a disruption before the game. I'm just wondering what you made of that.
I've just said in another interview there on TV, but I just said anybody who thinks that's a good idea needs their heads examining. Really, got to say it, really is. You can imagine what I've been a manager here at this football club when teams like Juventus were scared stiff coming, scared stiff. There was a cause that embraced players, managers, and crowd and everything, the whole thing. And that there is. Can you imagine being a Stuttgart player now, thinking coming on, you're on 5 or 6 minutes, you're worried about the crowd. The atmosphere to begin with was fantastic, really, and then suddenly that happens. One, it disrupts the game for a start, obviously. And secondly, if I'm a Stuttgart player, I'm thinking, don't feel too bad here. Don't feel too bad, instead of being intimidated by the situation and things like this here. It's not. And that helps no one.
Do you think it impacted on your players as well? Do you think it impacted on your players also?
Well, I think who's to say that what it does? I think there was a disruption like this here. Well, one of the other games that you had this season, was it Dundee? Was it, or something like that there? So, and I never really asked the players about that because it wasn't in my time, but it is now, and I genuinely don't see the point of it. I don't really. It doesn't help. And as I said to you, more to the point of the impact that it has on the opposition, and as much as anything else. I think Ian was telling me that Mr. Brian Wilson was having chats with different groups. We were hoping that something good can come from that, but it's not great to see, I must admit. Not great for a fantastic football club like this, and it is a fantastic football club.
Some fans also, Martin, reacted to to Kasper Schmeichel and his performance. You got a bit of a hard time. What did you make of that?
I genuinely did not. I was asked that question in there, and I didn't know that. I didn't know that. All I will say is if we played Feyenoord in a game that we probably had to win, and I think it was 1 each at the time, and he made an unbelievable save. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here playing tonight. So anyway, this is a team game, and we'll all have to deal with it.
Yeah, Martin, just on Kasper there, you're talking about his heroics earlier in the season. Do you back him to almost come out of this dip in form? You're going to stick with him for the rest of the season?
You're asking me a question here on Thursday night, so who knows what might happen at the end of it all. All I would say is Kasper Schmeichel has had, I'm quite sure, I can't say that I followed every single match he's ever played, but he's played so many games. He's had some dips in his time, and he's come roaring back.
Has it ever crossed your mind to switch goalkeepers and go with Sinisalo as your number one?
Sinisalo's played in my time here. He has played games.
That was in cup games.
Yeah.
But I mean, in league and
yeah.
Europa League, has it ever crossed your mind to use him as your number one?
Why? Because Kasper Schmeichel has done exceptionally well for me in my time here.
Can I ask Martin just on the second leg? I think you mentioned you want to concentrate on Sunday.
That's the first thing. That's the first thing I have to. That's tonight is gone, and so Sunday is the next big thing.
Obviously, after the second leg, you do have that trip to Ibrox. Mm-hmm. Is there a contemplation in your mind to?
I don't honestly. I know what you're thinking. And
many fans are thinking the same. Do the rest of the players for that match?
Please don't put it under the fans. Honestly, I don't know. I haven't spoken to any fans since the game was over at this minute, so I wouldn't know what the fans are thinking at all. Okay. Thank you.
Questions on Hibs at all? Yep.
So this is the embargoed section for the game. Martin, what are you expecting from Hibs on Sunday when they visit Celtic Park?
Naturally, a very, very strong game. Strong game. We played them earlier in my time, in my first spell here, and they caused us all sorts of problems in the game, all sorts of problems. And they had a good win, and I thought they played exceptionally well for a long periods against Hearts as well too. So we need to be up for that challenge.
Important as well, Martin. You saw after the Kilmarnock game the sort of great feeling that was in the stands and amongst the players.
Yeah.
Tonight, obviously a dip, but the hope that you can get back to Celtic Park, singing again and getting back to winning ways and start that momentum for what's going to be a really difficult run of fixtures.
Yeah, well, that would be utopia for us. That would to get us all together and feeling that this football club can only push in the one direction if everybody's going in that way.
Okay.
Thanks very much. Much appreciated.